Teach me not a thing. Can only...
Hello everyone, and welcome to Papses in the Spin Room. This week, like every other week,
Every
week, I am joined by Blaze the Papi. Hi Papi, how you doing?
Buongiorno. I'm doing actually very well. I'm very rested. I sleep well. I treat myself and my body with respect.
How's that?
It pays off.
How is that? And I don't know that philosophy much.
Well, you see, my friend, when I woke up today before 6 a.m. without the alarm, no, not went to bed. Wake up.
Oh, so when you went,
It's opposite.
So when you went to bed, it was still dark then.
Yeah, it was already dark.
Okay, fascinating.
Yeah, I'm very proud of myself. That's why tomorrow I'm going to a little festival.
As a little treat.
It's a plus and minus.
Exactly, it balances out.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. Following a minor breakdown last week, I decided to be like a Victorian lady and go to the sea. Had a lovely few days in Cornwall.
Did that clean, sort of clean, did that sort you out?
Oh, it did. It lasted a whole hour of me coming back to work.
Yeah, but it's always good, change the landscape a little bit, lie to yourself that right now it's going to be different. That this
Absolutely.
this time you're also going to go to bed when it's already dark, not when it's already bright.
Exactly. Well, anyway, what are we talking about this week? Firstly, well, in terms of politics, we will be checking in with Trump because I don't think he's doing well lately. He's been very distracted or trying to distract us.
Yes.
We will be looking at how different countries are debating on whether to recognize Palestine as a country or not. We'll be checking in as well with our friend Nigel Farage, and his comments on the protests down in Epping.
We love this guy.
Yeah, he's great. Zelensky is also having a bit of trouble. Some internal problems, so we will be checking in on him, and especially with his anti-corruption protests. And finally, we'll be looking at Thailand and Cambodia, who are having a little spat at the moment, a bit of conflict happening. But let's check in with Trump.
Right.
Let's see with Fox News first, who says that Obama admin manufactured intelligence to create 2016 Russian election interference narrative. Documents show.
Well, Forbes says everything Trump has done that critics says it meant to distract from Epstein's scandal.
So do you think this Obama admin manufacturing is part of these distractions?
I think Obama, same as all the time before, he's just sitting in his home with Michelle and passing each other some fat funny cigarette, looking at this and thinking, this is ridiculous.
Well, funny you should say that, because the first event or sort of appearance that Obama had following this breaking news was Obama going on this podcast, and he was asked what his positions on ketchup was. And he says that no one over the age of 8 should have ketchup.
Okay.
Already stirring controversy there.
Yeah, this
but
guy.
It just shows you that Obama doesn't really give a fuck about all this.
But to be honest, he never did. Although it's funny how Trump is trying to cover the obvious bomb, which is right under his nose. And I believe, like many others, that this might be something which actually gonna affect his presidency big time. What do you think?
I think so too. It's already ruptured the relationship with the MAGA base. Marjorie Taylor Greene, for example, who's hardcore Trump, but also a hardcore MAGA. She is not satisfied with how these Epstein files have been handled.
Well, even right-wing radio stations across U.S. they are kind of saying, what about all this trafficked the women? Will they ever gonna see the justice?
Exactly.
And that's, I don't know when was the last time when MAGA actually questioned his choices.
No, because everything that Trump says is gospel. Like he doesn't have ideology. He's Trump, and everything he does is correct. But something like this, I mean, given the fact that Trump got elected the first time because of the whole Pizzagate, and the Democrats are drinking children's blood and raping them in a pizza place. I mean, the protection of kids is kind of in the MAGA DNA because they believe the Democrats are doing all this. But now it's
I mean,
coming
like,
home.
you know what? I remember when Trump was saying that he can shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and he's not going to go to prison.
I think he shot someone in Times Square now. If he doesn't,
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think it was a kid. Well,
yeah. I mean, also because there's more and more stuff coming out every day, mainly from the Wall Street Journal. For example, so basically, Epstein had this birthday party, and loads of people attended, and they all left notes. And Trump left several because besties. One of them was a fictional conversation where they refer to it was like a script that Trump wrote down of a conversation between them, and at the end it says, "All to us, and may every day be our wonderful secret."
well, and now, unfortunately, it's the secret he never wanted. I mean, I think if something gonna bury him, it's gonna be this. Although I don't think he's gonna be buried by that. And you know what I'm afraid of the most? That he would more likely, and I'm pretty sure about that, he would more likely to start another war to cover that, other than explaining himself.
I mean, how long does Russia have to do a ceasefire? I mean, that might be the deadline.
Oh yeah, maybe he just broke it into an algorithm and say, okay, in 50 days, I'm gonna be, in trouble.
Yeah. Either the Epstein files are released or we go to war.
Exactly. Well, it's crazy. I don't think anything gonna happen to Obama, but it also shows another thing: is that the Trump is actually his words are losing their power, because as much as he didn't sue properly the Wall Street Journal as he claimed, now he's doing this with Obama, and I'm certain that no consequences, no action is gonna actually follow. And now we can go to something which I think we talk about off the record about it. The most ridiculous thing of what he's done regarding this case, which is the AI video which he published.
Yeah, that was gross. I mean, I encourage people to watch it because this is one of those Trump is frustrated, therefore I'll be racist moments.
And it's like showing his true colors, crossing the line.
Yeah, I mean, so those who haven't seen it, the video basically shows Trump and Obama in the White House, and the police come, pin Obama down to the floor, arrest him, put him in an empty cell, orange jumpsuit, and there's a voiceover of different Democrats saying that the law applies to all.
And there's even a that meme, that John Travolta who is looking for something from Pulp Fiction, like it's a symbol of someone being confused and being like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And so he's doing something like that, putting it out there, making it is allegedly as a joke, but it's actually not giving any disclosure about like if it's fake or not. A lot of people might think that it's not fake because, like not everyone is oriented. Like I believe people over on average, I'm saying people over 50 years old, they don't know that there's so many fake videos there, and then they might believe it, and I'm like. That's a little bit too much, because it's like if the guy who is arguably the most powerful person on the planet, definitely in the deep state of US, if they're promoting spreading of fake information using AI, when everyone who knows the ropes around AI says this is the biggest worry we have, that people are going to use it to spread misinformation, I'm like, che cazzo,
die. Yeah, and I mean, and also just because we're finishing up this checking in with Trump, I don't think he's okay in health. Like, his ankles are massive. He's starting to get spots on his hands.
It's because of the sunbed.
It's the sunbeds.
Too
and
much
also,
golf.
he is getting more and more confused.
Well, eliminating Sleepy Joe from the race made him a Sleepy Don.
Yeah, Sleepy Dawn.
I mean, like, and still, he is the oldest, I think, ever elected.
Yes, he's the oldest president.
Is he 79 already? Or about to?
No, it's not
No. He's gonna be 82 when he's gonna finish.
What the?
So he started when he was 78. So he's hitting 79 this year.
Yeah.
So we're like 79, man. That's.
It's time to,
Yeah.
Sure, Donny T. Let's just get you to bed.
Yeah, exactly. But we're talking about it some time ago that there are rumors that he's working 2 hours a day, and that because that's the only time when he can be fully focused and stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, let's just all think about it, and let's just all give a watch to this video. That's a good call, because this is a little bit too much. Anyway, I'm just waiting for him to start doing start promoting some pyramid schemes.
Oh, come on. Have you not seen his Bible? That's such a pyramid scheme.
No, but I mean, like, obvious ones, like, like you buy this perfume, and then you getting your family to buy this perfume. In a year, boom, you have
Oh, there'll be like
Mercedes-Benz.
Trump timeshares and
Oh my God.
Nutriboom, Trump endorsed. Anyway.
It's good that we have our coffee.
Yeah,
otherwise.
it's very important coffee.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on. Okay, so something important. Palestine being recognized.
Mm-hmm.
Who recognized it, we're going to talk in a minute. But what France 24 says is Macron says France will recognize Palestine as a state in September.
And The Guardian goes just across the channel saying that cabinet ministers and third of MPs call on Starmer to recognize state of Palestine.
Right. So, for many of you, it might be obvious that the Palestine is obviously, and especially Gaza, is one big, ball of dust at the moment because of the bombs which have been dropped on this and this massacre, genocide, which Bibi called, but actually it wasn't officially acknowledged by a lot of authorities. And in my opinion, it was because, and I'm not going to invent the wheel right now, but it was because if you're saying something like that, it means that you're openly against Israel. And that's touchy topic.
Yeah, I mean, just to basically break it down, if you recognize a nation as a state or a country, it gains rights. Like, it gains a different relationship to that area. So, for example, if at the moment countries like the UK don't recognize Palestine as a state, and therefore the Israel-Gaza conflict is considered a local matter. It's like if UK started bombing Cornwall. Shouldn't really care. What should other countries care if the UK bombed Cornwall? However, if the UK bombed France and a different state or Ireland, then that comes with a different weight.
What about Scotland? Because there is someone in Scotland now. Maybe it's worth consideration.
Yeah, we forgot to mention Donny T is having a little golf trip in Scotland.
Yeah.
So this is why it's important. And that's why, for example, Ireland was one of the first countries to recognize Palestine as a state. So much so that it basically, I think, basically they kicked out the Israeli ambassadors and put the Palestine embassy there, which is very symbolic. And now, obviously, France, one of the biggest countries in EU in terms of GDP and power, this is a big step that Macron is doing.
Why? My only question is why he's waiting till September for it. Is there a particular reason why he cannot do it? Is he busy?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on.
This guy.
I mean, it's probably in the hopes that the conflict will end in September.
So that's what I'm saying. So they don't want to really do that. Do you think this is the tool for them to put the pressure to finish the conflict earlier?
For sure. I mean,
yeah, but then, okay. So let's skip the month. The war is not ending. they're considering Palestine as a separate state in September. What does it really change except the bad PR for Bibi, which is already not the best anyway?
I guess, I mean, this is all speculative. This is me putting myself in the shoes of Macron. Is that if by September the conflict is not over, then France will probably need to step in a bit more. So it's a bit of a deadline for Bibi to end the conflict.
Yeah, but I'm not really believing that Macron will go against Israel because, as we know, he's going to be then against US.
Mm-hmm.
Their biggest allies.
Yeah.
It's a difficult one, and I think that's why Starmer is hesitating. Although, man, just go to the market, the farmers market, and buy some good castañas. That will help.
It will. It definitely does. I mean, the context here in the UK is a little bit different. Mainly because, not because basically Starmer doesn't want to. He's very friends with Bibi.
No,
Not
but,
personally, but as a country, Israel. David,
you don't know if personally not.
I don't know what happens.
No,
behind
but predominantly it's because. Sorry to cut you through, but is it not because US is the biggest trade partner for UK outside of Europe, so he wants to keep everyone sweet?
There's definitely that.
Yeah.
However, at home, people are getting upset. I mean, the Corbyn Sultana party, which is now officially formed, the unifying policy is there's a genocide in Gaza and Palestine is a state. That's the unifying policy. Even the Tories, they were saying that David Lammy could go to prison for aiding a genocide. David Lammy being the foreign secretary.
Yeah. But it's on the other hand, speaking of Tories, it's not like they're gonna do anything to stay on the map.
They're like grasping at anything, any
Exactly.
popular.
something controversial. Just bring it.
Yeah. So now the ball is in Starmer's court. You either start considering recognizing Palestine as a state, or more and more MPs will defect, including cabinet ministers.
And he can be the only prime minister in history who stopped being prime minister because he has been left alone in his party.
Oh, I would love that so much. I would love to see that.
Still, better story than Theresa May.
Yeah.
Still longer.
Can you imagine if like Kimi Badenoch becomes prime minister just because of numbers?
Yes. Well, okay. I think it's a time to move to another story. Mm-hmm. Yet still staying in UK.
Yes.
Going to your favorite guy.
Yeah, the guy I have pints with.
Exactly.
Let's look at the Times first, who has the headline, Epping Protest. Nigel Farage defends asylum hotel demonstrators.
And The Sun says, fury as cops admit escorting with caps, escorting pro-migrant protesters to Epping Asylum Hotel where violent clashes erupted. So what happened?
Here? So basically, you know how Farage loves migrants and loves these hotels?
He basically loves everyone.
Yes, equally. He loves diversity.
Exactly, yeah.
So basically in Epping there was this asylum hotel where they put legal migrants in, waiting for processing, and there was this big protest that erupted against this practice. And the fact is that then there were counter-protesters protesting the protest. So basically pro-migrant ones. Farage comes out and says, the police brought counter-protesters to the scene. The counter-protests were defended by the police. The fuck?
I just want to say that if there are any protests which you're paying money for, I'm in.
Pay me to protest.
Yeah, exactly. Well, quite ridiculous.
Also because this ended up to being bullshit. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that was my next question. Any proofs?
No, absolutely not. I mean, Farage is there saying that the Antifa Wokarati, his words, were protected by the police and heads should roll from the police force.
I kind of regret that he said that these are his words, because I would respect you more if you would come up with a line like this.
No. Farage is a wordsmith. I need to give him his dues.
And probably he was on the job drinking pints.
Yeah.
So he was already warm up for this kind of speech.
He was probably kind of like a bit blind by the alcohol, by his pints, and like, yeah, look, they're bringing them in. They're bringing them in.
Well, it's kind of sad that something like that has to be brought up as a scandal and dividing the, like, this is my problem with him. It's not even if you're agreeing with him or not, but it's all his actions are to divide the society.
Yeah.
Which is quite ridiculous.
With no real policies of his own. Like, he is ahead of the polls at the moment. Purely by saying things are not going well.
Yeah.
Without offering real solutions.
But I think with all the stupidity he's representing, he is on the political board for a long time. He knows how it works. He's one of the veterans, right? And then he knows that even though he's ahead of polls, it has very weak foundations. In the sense that he is ahead of the polls because whatever he's saying right now, because he's in opposition to the government, which is not very popular, is going to sell well. But when it would come to the real thing, I think he's aware that it's not a real support he has.
We'll see. We'll see how it is. I mean, I am fearful. I mean, I do not believe the UK is the people of the UK, the voters, would go as far as voting for Farage.
You don't believe?
No.
No. So why you're fearful?
Because I didn't think Brexit would happen. And
Farage
was the Brexit man.
The Brexit man, yeah. But I think it's more complex. But I know what you mean. Because I think Brexit was the movement, while Farage is individual, and it's like as much as some people might have the bigger, deeper thoughts about it, everyone knows that this guy is coming drunk to say that the police plotted and brought protesters. You know what I regret of that he didn't say like, oh, I heard how they were putting the fake mustaches on, like something like that. That would be even more fun. Okay, shall we move to the rest of the Europe now?
Let's move on. Let's check in with Vladimir Zelensky, the nice one. Well, nice one. We'll see. So BBC goes on to say that protests in Ukraine as Zelensky signs bill targeting anti-corruption bodies.
But Kiev Independent says Zelensky just betrayed Ukraine's democracy and everyone fighting for it. Well, so I'm going to quickly say what happened. So there was a change of the government in Ukraine. I did a little comment to it. In a nutshell, nothing is really changing because of their political jurisdiction. It's just the PR. Because many people were thinking that war will end and the new elections will happen. That didn't happen. So to refresh the faces, they changed the government. What it turned out to be is that was just cover up for something bigger they were dragging behind, which was basically putting the anti-corruption inspection in the hands of one person. And then a lot of people are saying, that this is because what is important. They wanted to do it very quick. He get it on his desk, and the same day he pushed it through, and that has been confirmed and introduced. What basically happened is that the Anti-Corruption Bureau and the special anti-corruption institution within it, they've been all put in the hands of general prosecutor. So a lot of people are saying, okay, hold on a second. So you have one guy who can be easily manipulated, easily bribed, easily frightened, and he is tracking the corruption. But on the other hand, Zelensky is saying, oh, hold on a second. This is necessary to get rid of any Russian influence. What do you think?
I've got a comment and a question.
Go.
Because, so this anti-corruption body is technically what Zelensky campaigned for when he first got elected.
Yeah.
That's what won him following multiple presidents that were very corrupt. However, when the war first broke out between Russia and Ukraine, Zelensky basically gave himself special powers because he just became a wartime president.
Fair enough.
Fair. This move, however, is not consolidating the president's power as a special moment, not as a wartime. This is more in the long run. The war is over, the powers remain. Isn't that anti-democratic in theory?
It is.
We've just had a new government,
well-
and nothing's going to change.
Well, in none of the democratic countries, something like that would be accepted. Because you want to decentralize the power to avoid people being too greedy, being too influential in one hand. Although, we have to remember that something which we don't understand living in Europe, in Western Europe, and even in Poland, it's not heard of. Like, I don't remember this being in place. Mm-hmm. In Ukraine, you have big problem with oligarchs. You know, there's the same thing as in Russia and in Belarus and stuff. So what he's trying to do is, like, what people are saying is that we're coming with this, putting this to the one person, to the oligarchs system. But I also understand that in the situation where they are, where the country was heavily corrupted, and when they are saying that $1 for every dollar from $2 is going to private pocket, that if all the money which has been really given to the Ukraine would really go to support the Ukraine, they would be twice as powerful as they are. So if you have something like that, you need a special measure, and maybe you need to introduce something which history knows as authoritarianism. So you're showing how it's supposed to be, assuming that you're trustworthy. But there is a case of what you're saying, that if the war will finish, arguably in 50 days, 40 days, let's say, right? Or something, then he's almighty.
Yeah. I mean, and in a way, we are lucky, I guess, that Zelensky is very against corruption. As we said, this is what he campaigned for.
Yeah.
But the next one could be very pro-corruption, someone who loves having money.
I mean, like...
So if the power is in the president's hands, then the guy can just rake in the money and be the most corrupt president out there.
I'm afraid of something else. I'm not afraid about the next guy, because I believe even though the war will end, Zelensky gonna play it in that way that he's gonna be in power for many years, and not even out of greediness, but it's about he just thinks that he's the only guy who can actually show how it's supposed to be done.
And also, he's the rock star of politics.
And he's rockstar, and he created the newest history of Ukraine, undoubtedly. But at the same time, it's very risky, even though you have goodwill, because I believe in his goodwill and good intentions, even though when you're swimming with sharks, it's hard to stay as you are, especially when after the war, he's going to be asking for more favors than ever before.
Yeah.
We'll see how it's gonna end up.
Shall we wrap it up with our last story?
Yeah, our last story is short, even though it's very loud recently. It's about the conflict between Thailand and Cambodia. And I'm going to start with CNN, which says, Thai-Cambodian conflict pits as well-equipped U.S. ally against a weaker adversary with strong China links.
And the BBC says that the Thai leader warns clashes with Cambodia could move towards war.
So
why have they been fighting?
Well, they've been fighting because there was some... It's actually hard to say, because the Cambodian... Cambodian soldier died a few days ago, has been shot. And then the Cambodia side is saying Thailand starts shooting when it was a bit heated up on the border. The Thailand is saying, no, he died because he started shooting to our soldiers and we just fired back. We're just defending ourselves. So seemingly something like that, just to make everyone aware, that's things like that are happening quite often around the world on different borders. It's just like being quickly kind of, toned down. The problem with this is that this became so loud, and the peace hasn't been hasn't come to place in next first few days. So they started to treating each other like they've been offended, and they said, and then Thailand say, okay, so we are cutting you from the internet. And then the other guy said, okay, so you cannot come and use your people cannot come in the entertainment venues in our, which apparently is a big thing for Cambodia in Thailand. So right now we're in a position basically that the war has still not ended. And Cambodia said, let's go. And they posted it on Facebook. I like how social media are becoming the official platform. They posted it on Facebook saying, we should go to the Court of Justice, International Court of Justice, to decide. While Thailand said, no, we don't need any mediator here.
No, don't check my stuff. Check my stuff.
Exactly. We're going to sort it out within our own garden. And what do you think? Are we facing World War III right now?
I think the reason why it's important, this one, is because it's got the potential of being a proxy war between China and US. Because Thailand and US, they're good buddies. You know, Trump and his Thai trips to see the ladies. China is good friends with Cambodia. Got no joke there. But so basically it could be like another Korean war, another Vietnam war. It's got the potential of it. I'm not saying it's going to happen.
But it's not super likely right now.
But given how quickly it escalated in no time, it needs to de-escalate as quickly. Like, like a bit like the 12-day war between Iran and the US.
I mean, like, hopefully it's not going to get as serious as the 12-day war, but I know what you're saying. Hopefully it's not, it has a potential. Mm-hmm. I just want to say one thing, because that's pretty much everything about this topic. Like, we have to see what's going to happen. But I just want to say one thing, that this is the lesson of the history for us, because this whole war and the tension has been provoked by colonialism. Their border has been unstable because French people who were a French nation which was occupying Cambodia in 20th century, they just left it without thinking how it's gonna go.
God damn it, white people.
Exactly. Don't go to British Museum. Don't support it.
Yeah. Well, this has been the week, I guess.
Well, it's definitely busier than the last 2 weeks.
That it's true. Even though Trump has been hiding away, not causing much drama, there's always drama.
Well, I just gotta say, even though Trump was trying to hide away, first of all, he kind of succeeded, because there was no other stories about him, really.
No.
But the second thing is, like, this last news, which we were talking about, the Cambodia and Thailand, that shows how the US being involved in different front lines, maybe it's giving the spark of the encouragement to other nations saying, he won't be able to be bothered with us. We can actually do something. So we had India and Pakistan, a little bit of a thing, earthquake, a little bit. Now this, it shows the butterfly effect.
It does. It does indeed.
Well,
thank you. Thank you, Paps.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching. I guess we should do the whole social media. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. And do we have anything else? Oh, the radio itself, W1 Radio.
The radio itself, but I just want to say follow us on Twitter because Paps here, he loves it.
I've been strong-armed to support Elon.
Well, see you next week, and thank you for watching.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
This is a Soho moment. This is SOMO, W1 Radio.